It's your man Jay Graves Report, and welcome to the College Football Weekly Wrap-Up, Week 13. Y'all know how we get it in, so let's get it in. Wrapping up the top 5 ball games of the weekend, so let's get right to it. Now, this weekend, like I said, we didn't have 5 ball games, we only had 4. Because last weekend, and I know y'all seeing this high lapel joint I'm wearing right now, you can't find this nowhere, bruh. You gotta be in the club to get one of these. And since you ain't, you can't get one. Alright, last weekend, like I told you, the Big 12 didn't have a championship game, so Oklahoma won the Big 12 last week because, like I said, they play a round robin. Everybody plays everybody. So Oklahoma was already in, sitting in the cut, sitting up at Billy Sims barbecue, eating some good halfback, and ready for the college football playoffs. Now, the first ball game, let's go out to the Pac-12. We had number 20, USC, shows up to play number 7, Stanford. Now, like I told you boys going into this ball game, Stanford was the real deal when it came to Christian McCaffrey. This done did everything but change the doggone bathwater out here today. This done, hey, first of all, he broke Barry Sanders' all-purpose yards record that he set in 1988. Barry Sanders had 3,250 yards. This done came out there, finished the season off with 3,496 yards. NCAA record. He had 207 yards on the ground and a touchdown. He threw a touchdown. He caught a touchdown. Then he had 105 yards receiving, 149 yards in return yards. Will somebody please tell me, why is everybody in America hollering and screaming about Derrick Henry winning the Heisman Trophy, and this done is doing it all? If we saying we talking about giving the trophy to the most outstanding player, this is the most outstanding player in college football. Don't player hate on this boy. You trying to act like, because the white boy can't run the rock. This white boy is running the rock. You can't hate on him. Stop trying to hate on him. Christian McCaffrey should win the Heisman Trophy, but they going to try to screw him. Why? Because he don't play for Alabama. He don't play in the SEC. He don't play for the team that everybody in America want to give the doggone Heisman Trophy to and want to win the national championship. Let's keep it real all the way 100, whichever comes first. Well, Stanford wins this ball game 41-22. They went to work. Let's move on to the next ball game. Now, let's go out to Indianapolis. We had the Big 10 championship. We had number 5, Michigan State, shows up in the joint to play number 4, Iowa. Now, all you boys were trying to hate on Iowa, didn't want Iowa in the game, say they was dumb. Now, I told you boys that Iowa deserved to be in the game. They deserved to be in the top 4 when they were in the top 4 because they were undefeated. But my boy Connor Cook and company didn't make me look bad. I picked Michigan State to win this ball game, but they barely got out of there alive, though. 27 seconds left. L.J. Scott. Hey, I hate to be that done on campus right now, boy. He better go get some counseling right now. They gonna be all over that kid. Hey, 27 seconds left in the ball game. One yard to go. Took that done 6 seconds to travel. When they start telling you about not giving up, about giving second effort, put the tape on and it's done. 1 second, 1 yard to go. 6 seconds, he finally stretches out, puts it in the end zone. Michigan State wins the Big 10, goes to the college football playoff. Connor Cook and company had 22-play drive to get to the end zone, bruh. Michigan State is the real deal because the football god, Small G, let these boys back in the game. Hey, I'm just saying, watch out for Michigan State. They the real deal. We're going to talk about where boys should be lined up in a minute. Hey, let's go on to the next ball game. Now, we got number 18, Florida. Shows up in Atlanta to play number 2, Alabama. Now, here's the deal. Alabama won the ball game 29-15. I'm getting sick and tired of boys all over the news this morning saying how Alabama dominated this ball game. Dude, they was down. They was down first and second quarter. They dominated the ball game. They beat them by 14 points, bro. They ain't beat the brakes off of them. And here's what I'm saying. They showed up showed up to play Florida. The same Duns that got the brakes beat off of them last week against Florida State. Like boys act like they didn't see that ball game. Then Florida has the number 100th ranked offense in America. They rank 80th in scoring offense. So, and they put up 15 points against these boys. Stop trying to just hype the situation up on Alabama like Alabama's doing something that everybody's not doing. Stop it. Preseason, everybody want to holler and scream about the SEC because they won the SEC. The SEC right now, listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. Is trash right now, bro. At the beginning of the season, they had all these boys ranked high. Think about this. They had Auburn ranked number 6 in the preseason after coming off a 5-loss season last year. They had no quarterback, but they had them ranked number 6. Then they had Georgia ranked number 9. LSU was 14th. Within 2 or 3 weeks, they had LSU ranked number 2. Then they had Arkansas ranked number 18. None of these boys even ranked right now. This is the end of the season when it counts. Now, let's go back up to the Big Ten. The Big Ten in week 13 had 3 teams ranked in the top 6. They got 5 teams ranked in the top 15. So, are we going to just admit that the Big Ten is the best conference this year? Because y'all trying to run game on boys because most boys don't look it up, don't pull it up. They had 3 teams still in contention for the top 4 last night. But you hollering and screaming telling me about how dominated Alabama was because they beat some Duns that can't even put the ball in his zone. Trayon Harris can't throw the ball over his shoulder, bruh. Stop with this foolishness. Let's move on to the next ball game. Now, we got number 10. North Carolina goes down to Charlotte to play number 1. Clemson. Now, Dabo Sweetie had these boys rolling. Now, I picked Clemson to lose this ball game because I figured Clemson at some point was going to Clemson-y. But they showed up, handled their business. They 13-0. Hey, North Carolina, give them props. They only lost 1 ball game all season. Showed up into this joint, lost 45-37. They didn't get blown out. At least they were getting blown out, but they didn't get blown out. Deshaun Watson, 289 yards, 3 touchdowns, threw a dub pick. But these boys finished the season undefeated. Now, this is the problem I got with all these cats in the media. These fake media types. Last night, boys are trying to justify putting Alabama at number 1 and moving Clemson to number 2. Now, Clemson the only team in the Power 5 that's undefeated, finished all the games, won every ball game, and now boys still trying to justify why they should put Alabama at number 1. After Alabama beat Florida, struggle with them boys for a minute. Come on, let's keep it real. You only beat them by 14 points, bruh. You ain't like you went out there and put 45 points on these boys, and Florida can't even score points. Now, if we're going to keep it real or all the way 100, Oklahoma is playing better than anybody. But you can't put Oklahoma at number 1 because Clemson is undefeated. It only makes sense. Top 4 teams should be Clemson, Oklahoma, Alabama, and Michigan State. So y'all let me know as soon as the doggone college football rankings come out, if these Duns don't have it in that order, it's dub. Because what they trying to do is set Alabama up to win. But I'm going to tell you right now, if Alabama show up and have to play Oklahoma, which they probably will, they going to get the brakes beat off of them. We don't have to wait until the week before or a couple of days before to give you the preview. I'm telling you right now, Alabama can't stop anybody from passing the football. If Trayon Harris could throw the football last night, they would have beat them boys. But they don't. They play in the, like I said in the preview, they play in the doggone SEC. 90% of the teams in the SEC do what? Run the football. The only team that throw the football with any consistency is Ole Miss. Who beat them this year? Ole Miss. Who beat them last year? Ole Miss. Who beat them in the college football playoff? Ohio State, because Cordell Jones at that time was throwing the rock. Now that he got to be kicking himself in the back right now. That done came back talking all kind of trash, talking about he leaving. Cordell, where you going, bro? You going to class? Because you ain't going to the NFL. And then who beat Alabama before that? Oklahoma. because those teams can throw the football. So all you SEC hypes out there talking about Alabama, get ready to get your doggone popcorn pushed on the floor because they're going to get the brakes beat off of them because Oklahoma has a dual threat at quarterback. They got two running backs that's ridiculous, and they got a wide receiver that's nuts. Sterling Shepard, Samaje Perine, Joe Nixon, and then you got Baker Mayfield. I'm just saying, I'm putting it out there right now. It's your man Jay Graves Report from TheJayGravesReport.com, or you can hit me up on Twitter at JayGravesReport so you can holler at your boy.